childhood, growing and developing years of a person, this is meant to be a highly important time to create morals, fundamentals, and skills necessary to be a success. Instead, the trauma CPS creates in these young minds set a path of disaster, and statistics prove it. In nearly 90% of their cases, the trauma is unnecessary. Time is the one thing that can never be given back. CPS takes away moments in life that can't be replaced. The time just keeps going, doesn't mean a thing anymore. They left as children, and it's up to them when they come home if they know who you are. Each second away is time you will never get back and keep getting older.
Studies are leading towards incarceration.
Now comes the honorable judge in the halls of justice, where the Constitution will hold strong, and your rights to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness will trample CPS for all they have done to your child.
The truth and corruption that's revealed to you is enough to make you sick. This is not America we were sold.
Children are being taken from families at the rate of 1 a minute. It needs to be stopped.
It's time to wake up and abolish CPS.
We know it's all about the money. We know they lie. We know this is corruption. Does CPS know what they are doing to the children?
Tiff and the Punisher down, fight for the children in every town.
They are taking our kids every day. I shout them in and no one has a thing to say for those who have been isolated. Don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallet. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I up your sleeves. You can't do what you're trying to do. We have done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken, goddammit. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher is screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Get all those kids' pictures held up like this. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with high speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather flock together. So watch out CPS, here we come, picking you one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. So give us back the kids you have taken. Tiff and the Punisher sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows and the only games you play are on Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher war. We cry out to all you out there. We need support for a cause that many don't care. Our children are being stolen way too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. Stop it.
Oh, there. Hi, Tiff.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good. What's going on? How are you?
Oh, fine and dandy. Thank you for being concerned.
I want to see this. It
Um,
says, read that comment that she mentioned us guys in her letter. And read Michelle's comment.
Hi, Tiff and Darren. Thank you so much for helping us innocent parents and children. I mentioned you guys in my letter that I'm putting together to the court. I fired my appointed attorney. I'm pro way. I'm panic. I'm pro we. I'm panic.
Oh, don't panic.
Now you got us behind you. You don't need to panic. There's no
No.
reason to panic. Look at this. Listen, here's the thing. You're only going to be able to do what you can do when you go in there, right? All you can do is prepare yourself enough. Make sure that you've crossed all your T's, dotted all your I's. Make sure that you've loaded up your court documents, your file folders with all the evidence that you could possibly have in there. You know, make sure that that stuff's all out there. Make sure it's within that 10-day line of being able to achieve discovery and all of that stuff. You know, make sure you get that in 10 days in advance. You know, anything that you thought was important, whether it's a receipt, whether it's this, anything that you feel that judge needs to know, make sure you put it in that file folder. Because here's the thing, don't forget also, if you lose that TPR, God willing that you don't, but statistics are statistics, we have a better chance of winning them after the fact than we do during this whole thing. But you need to be able to appeal on something. And the only way you can do that is if you have information in your file folder that is pertinent to the case. Things that were brought up in your case during that trial, that's the only thing that you can argue. And mostly it's the legal procedures and how they took place in an appeal also. You can't bring up new information or new evidence. You've got to argue the legality. But what you can do is say that they didn't bring up such and such and such thing, or it was in my folder, or so on, like that. So make sure that you put any information in that folder. But don't panic. You know what? God's driving.
And he's doing a better job than your attorney. Believe that. You probably
Yeah,
are too.
yeah. He doesn't even need a license.
No, he doesn't.
No. I wonder what happens. You pull God over.
Yeah, I wonder too.
You think the cops go, oh shit, like walk away immediately?
No, they probably give him
Or
a
you
damn
think
ticket.
probably these cops this day and age? That wouldn't surprise me one bit. These SO biscuits. Yeah, it's just I want to start getting some more of those auditing people on the channel, Alicia. I want to start working get those auditors into the shows, like the police auditors and the court auditors and things like that. I think
And
that'd
audit
be
the
cool.
audit.
Yeah,
The audit. I love audit the audit.
Alicia, write this stuff down. This is your job. Coming up yesterday, which I haven't given you all the stuff for, but I will after the show tonight. But I'm getting caught up on things. Just the idea of having someone else help me out and do things is made me be able to get caught up. So that's cool. But back to what you were saying, Tiff. Sorry about that.
What was I saying?
Something about age before beauty. I don't know, something like that. I don't know.
I don't remember. I just wanted to make sure that
wrong.
They were okay.
Yeah, when is
she
that?
Said she got her notes going.
All right, good. Glad she's paying attention. We made.
Well, I'm glad you feel like you're getting caught up because I feel like I'm just lagging over here.
Because you just keep on taking more and more and more on. You haven't stopped to divvy it out. You're just like, oh, Tiff, would you like to be on the committee of blah 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 blah? You're like, oh, of course I will. I'm Tiffany Wise. I take on anything. Because I'm gonna go there and be like, bitch, no, we're not doing that this way. I'm burning the bitch down. I told you, right to her face. Look around and find out.
That's right.
Yep. So yeah, you don't say. I don't even think no's in your vocabulary. I do know that no's in your vocabulary, but I don't think that it's in your vocabulary about taking on voluntary or people asking you for help or assistance in the CPS matters.
Yeah, that's not on that. It's only in my vocabulary when I'm dealing with children.
Yeah, right. Yeah, when they want ice cream after 7 o'clock and some
or for
popcorn.
breakfast.
You're like, how about a melatonin instead? Let's have a melatonin popsicle, everybody.
Yeah, well, we don't have those around here, but we do have the other stuff in the freezer, and it's. Can I have it for breakfast? No.
No, you gotta stay awake for the day. Wrong time of day for that popsicle, buddy.
But you're right. When it comes to parents or there's a committee that has CPS attached to it, I'm all over it. I am. I can't even lie about that.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to be like, Darren, they called me up. The convention of the. Well, I was gonna. Never mind. I'm just gonna leave it alone. All of a sudden, I thought I was gonna offend someone, and I just pulled back immediately. And I myself used to be a sanitation engineer, but do you know what a sanitation engineer is, Tiff?
No.
That's a janitor.
Oh.
Okay. Very good, isn't it? Yeah, sanitation engineer.
Yeah, there you go.
So don't ever, if any of you out there do cleaning for a living, next time someone calls you a sanitation engineer, the next time someone calls you a janitor, you say, excuse me, I am a sanitation engineer. Big difference. Big difference.
We clean cars, so that's what we do.
Oh yeah, so you're in the special ops unit of cleaning. You're not only a sanitation, you're a special operations sanitation engineer unit.
Oh God, that sounds so difficult.
Yeah. Well, you don't want just a normal sanitation engineer to clean your car.
Well, that's true.
Detail. You need to have a specialized unit down at what? Miguel's, right?
Mayel's.
My yells, I knew I was right. Tried to finally do a plug. Son of a bitch. I should have went with my gut instinct when I first was thinking I was going to say it. But at my L's, they train everybody 100% prestige, 100% hands-on, 100% get your freaking car cleaned there, Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we got through that segment. That's good.
I haven't heard anything.
What else is going on?
I don't know because I've been working all day. Has anybody heard from Henry?
Oh,
That's
wow.
all I want to know.
Henry is, yeah, we got Henry's stuff filed today for him. So he
Okay,
made the
good.
courts. He was at the courthouse first today.
Good.
I had
Woo!
dropped in.
Listen.
Yep. I called him this morning. I said, "Get your ass up. Let's go. We got to get to the courthouse, buddy." And he was there right at whatever time they opened, 8:30, 9 o'clock. And they gave him a little flack for the paperwork that he drew up, but eventually he won that argument.
Good.
He wasn't taking no.
Good.
It's really sad. It's sad for his mom, but it's even sadder for Henry seeing the. And I hope he's not mad at me for saying this if he's watching, but seeing the
fuckery.
Yeah, the fuckery that family will do to you when it comes to the end of someone's life or at all. Period. Actually, like it just blows my mind that people, especially that don't want for anything. According to them, they don't need anything at all. They're fine, and they're with what's going on here. I don't think so. Like this is just absolutely asinine, ridiculous. I can't believe that he's even having to go through such BS, especially at a time like this.
Well, that's what happens.
So, yeah, I'd say. I guess so. Family doesn't hold a stick to the level of what a family used to be.
No, because they're tearing families apart. Why would anybody else want to keep a family together if the state's tearing them apart?
Right. I agree. Why would they? No one wants damaged goods. That's for sure too.
Yep. She's gonna send the letter. Thank you. Send it to what's the email address?
info@cpsbreakingnews.com. We've switched to.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, Tammy, thank you for praying. No, and you're not the only one praying. I pray before every episode.
Oh no, I gotta take a break. I'll be right back.
Yep. Bye-bye. Oh no, I can't wait to see what this is. I hope it's not popsicle up the nose. But let's take her out. I don't know if you guys saw the event this past weekend, but it was really a hit. Tiff's things are starting to really pick up. I hope you guys enjoyed the the online presence that we make available to all of you, and that's ideally what we're going to do with our next up and coming surprise, which is just around the corner here. It's just going to take me and Becca a little bit to work out the quirks, but we're almost there, people. And this will be like this is going to be damn exciting for all of us. And I wish that what I'm doing next and what we've all moved forward to doing, I wish this was available when I went through these things with Child Protective Services, opposed to now. Because why now? But why then? Why not then? Well, I don't know, man. So I'm sorry, I just got this message right here. Hold on. Sorry about that. Anyway, so the ranch. I hate that when I get messages that come across here and then I forget what I was talking about completely. But yes, and I want to let everybody know that Alicia Mahurin is the new manager of CPSBreakingNews.com. So she will be overseeing all of everything that we're doing from this point forward. She'll be in charge of the emails. She'll be in charge of a whole array of things. So congratulations to you, Alicia. You were nominated hands down by everybody that was. Um, and we really do appreciate you being not only a great fan listener. I don't even know what you call our not customers, but our whomever for our podcasts. But you are it. I mean, you are a great audience. You're just awesome, and we're glad to have someone like you around. So, oh no, things are only getting worse by the day. Oh my gosh, that's not good. So anyway, let's go back to oh, thank you, Susie. I appreciate that. Susie, she's a cousin of mine. She's my only family relative at this point. Thank you for that. Her and Louie, that you guys see up here often, are great people, and they've helped me through the. My aunt had done the same things to them, to their daughter when she was growing up, and I guess it runs in the family. So thank you, Susie, for all your help that you give us. I really do appreciate it. Um, and I thank all of you guys out there that watch our shows. We don't ever talk about this enough, um, whether it's proper or improper. I don't know, but I'm gonna go with no. Um, I wanna just yeah, I don't know. My brain's just racing tonight. In other news, what do we got for CPS scandalism and everything? Anybody got any good stories? Anybody got anything that we can tell tonight? Um, what for a good? You know what? You guys want to do some TikTok videos? CPS TikTok videos? Let's do some of that. We haven't done that in a while. Let's check it out. Let's get on the TikTok, and I need to get my presence a little bit bigger on TikTok. Don't you agree? I think that's where my next level I'm headed to, guys, because I need me some TikTok, and I'm not on it enough. I had a great run when I first started, but now not so much. So we need to get me back on the talk and get CPS breaking news back on the talk and Tiff and the Punisher on the talk. They'd like to sit us down for misinformation a lot, except for guess what? We're not the ones that give out the misinformation. That's the unfortunate part. Um, they got it all wrong, ass backwards, if you will. But if any of you guys want to go on, if you're on TikTok and everything, just go in and make us a little plug or something. I'm using the wrong damn keyboard. Silly me. Um, there we go. Yeah, if you guys want to go on TikTok and start mentioning our shows and what we do and everything, that'd be really cool. One did a really cool one for us the other day. I got out and around. That was cool. Thank you guys very much for that. Like we hear this stuff, we see it, we know you guys are following. So thank you guys very much for that. Where is your CPS? CPS right here. Okay. CPS. Corrupt. There we go. CPS corrupt. CPS corrupt. Okay, here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do some CPS TikToking videos. And Tiff has arrived. Tiff, how did you get back in here?
I have no idea.
All right, well, let's go. Here we go.
Gunner.
Gunner stuck in here. All right, here we go. What do we got first?
Okay, for those of you who don't know me yet, my name's Toes. I'm an advocate against CPS. I've been doing this for a bit. I've been battling with and learning and studying CPS and the family courts for the entire life of my child, for 15 years of my daughter's life. And I've come to a head where I've figured out what's going on because I never really had to deal directly with CPS. I mean, it was indirectly. They brought us into the family courts. But then when I went to the CPS court, I learned a lot more. And so through everything I've studied, I've been developing a lot of ways to solve our problems and get us past all this. And I'm really struggling really hard. And I'm doing a lot of work and a lot of research. And will just give me your email and your state, and I take that so that way I can update you with anything that happens statewide and anything that happens nationally. So I can say, all the people from this state, I'm going to email them, and so forth. So I got MailChimp now, or MailChimp, and I'm trying to get it set up so that way I can connect to all you. Now, why I'm contacting you right now on this app is because I had 60,000 followers at one time when my account was Vaping Jesus, because it was an old advocacy account, because advocacy is something that I've done for years. And then I had like 60,000 followers on that one, and I had 30,000 on a Toes account that I had, and they keep closing my accounts. I've gone through 6 accounts now, and so I want to reach as many people as possible, not for no status thing or whatever, just so I can connect with everybody, because going through social media, they're going to block us, and they have all algorithms and other things set up so that we only get connected with certain people. But we want to connect with everybody. We want to get this out there. We want to educate the world. Got to go past their algorithms, which I got some people that know some good technology stuff that can hopefully create some algorithms for us so we can spread this even further. But I'm only communicating via email because in case they shut down TikTok or any other social media platforms, I can still contact all of you. Okay, so that's why it's an underground movement. That's why everything.
That's good. We should get in touch with him. Let's see what this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I give you how to do it and everything too, and you can use ChatGPT and whatnot as well.
I want to get.
There's so many things to it, and everybody's got their own solution, and that's fine. Follow anybody's solution, because if we all just do one solution, they'll see us coming. All right, all rabbit holes I can go down forever. It'd take me forever to explain it to you, but just trust me on this. I know what I'm talking about, and so all this stuff. It's convoluted. There's so many things to it. And everybody's got their own solution, and that's fine. Follow anybody's solution, because if we all just do one solution, they'll see us coming. So you got to do multiple solutions. So like Lisa Miller's got a very successful one, and I've got her on this account. I've got some of her videos, and it's very important what she's doing to go to the Department of Criminal Justice, But then there's other people doing amicus briefs and writ of certiorieries and all different things. So we come at all different angles, so that way we flood them and they get confused and they're like, oh my God, and we got to just come at them, and so there's multiple ways of doing it, and I have my own way that I do it, and I'm not going to reveal that here because I want to keep them off my trail, but I got a way that I'm going to go to federally, and then if I get to them federally and they don't recognize what I'm saying, then I'm going to go internationally, because this is also an international issue. And I'm working with Tanawa Downing because I feed off of him for his knowledge. And what he's doing is excellent too. What he's doing is very important. What Lisa Miller and what Tanawa Downing are doing is very important. Those two I can definitely talk about. Okay, those two I definitely support, and I definitely support Stand With Meg, because of the lady that's informing her stuff is a very smart lady, and she revealed a lot, and she's discovered a lot that pretty much opened everything up. And then there's one other kid that I really trust, and he's got a site called Fostering Reality. And so with those people, those are the people I support. And I wish I could say that I support the lady that's telling Stand With Meg what to do, but basically Stand With Meg is her what she's using to, she wants to keep herself hidden, so to speak, and she doesn't want to put herself out there. And I get that, because she knows a lot of information.
He didn't say Tiff and the Punisher.
Reality, he's a lot of information we got to protect. But then I got a lot of people doing things that know a lot about computers, and we're gonna get on that too as well. We're gonna get that as far as getting this message out there. But the most important thing is we got to educate. Now, just to give you guys a little positive information, this is all going to be resolved within probably a year or two. I was ready to go battle for 10 years, past the time I get my daughter back, everything, but I have a very strong feeling that this is going to end in about a year or two. But when it does end, understand that they don't want everybody to get their children back all at once. That'll collapse the system. So they're going to depend on the smart people getting their kids back, and then the ones that just are lazy and and don't want to do the work and the footwork and everything, those people aren't going to get their kids back because they don't want to put the work out to
Is
get
that
their
what
kids
you
back.
said, Darren?
Okay, so we'll provide you with the steps
Sounds
on what
like
you
it.
need to do to
Well,
get your kids
familiar to
back
me.
when that time comes, but you got to be willing to do it. You can't just sit there and expect everybody to do everything for you or everybody tell you what to do. It's just like what Lisa Miller's doing. She's like, I will give you the information, but I'm not going to do it for you, you know, and you got to do it for yourself if you want your kids back, okay? Otherwise, the government don't care, but the government's not going to make it easy, okay? We will win, but you're still going to have to put in the work. You're still going to have to go down to the courts, file this, file that, do this, do that, because they're not going to give up that easily. But we definitely have to return this to a country of constitutional rights, but they're still going to make red tape for us even if we return to constitutional courts. We're still going to have to go through that red tape, so be prepared for that, okay? It's still not going to be easy to get your kids back, but it's going to be absolutely 100% possible when we finish this. So it's not exactly good news because everybody just wants to say, okay, cool, I get my kids back, I just gotta go pick them up. But that's not the way it's going to happen. You're not just going to get to go pick them up. You're going to have to put some work in, okay? Because what they did was wrong, and what they did created a huge 50 child trafficking complex, so to speak, you know. And so to fix that, you still have to feed the beast a little bit, and you got to slowly take them away and get rid of them. You can't just cut them off and just boom, done, no more CPS. Just not going to work that way. You can't just disappear CPS and it's all done, no more CPS. Not going to happen. And we're going to have another type of CPS that still helps the children that are abused, which is only 10 or 20% of the ones going through cases. And even those ones don't even get helped either. The ones that are actually being abused, they aren't even being helped. It's like 80 to 95%.
He sounds an awful lot like
somewhere
us.
in that realm, because there's different statistics.
Sure it does.
80 to 95% of children that are taken away from their parents are not abused. It's all bull. It's all over exaggerations of what abuse is. They over exaggerate the terms of abuse, and they blow things up to be something it's not. It's just totally, completely disgusting. And those of you who haven't gone through it don't know, because you haven't gone through it. Those who have know. And we need to educate everybody. We need to educate the lawyers. We need to educate the judges. And everybody says, oh, the lawyers are in on it. Yeah, they're all in on it. But some of them aren't. And so that's why we got to educate everybody. Got to educate the social workers, everybody. Because when their people start quitting their job or start turning on them, that's going to turn the tide. So we got to educate everybody as to what's going on and why. And I'm giving you the why on my accounts, and I'm giving you what's going on my account. So pay attention, learn, educate, all right? I hope you guys listened to the end. If you did, let me know. Let me know you listened to the end. I want to know how many people actually listened to everything that I said, all right? So that I can get this out there and I can adjust the way I make my videos. All right, thank you guys. All right, take it easy.
Now, what do you think about what he just said there?
Okay,
Tim?
for those of
That's
you who
like
don't know me yet,
right? That's like a lot of information that we've heard there.
That's a lot of information that we all said.
Yeah, and a lot of information to not talk about us. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't know about us.
No, they don't know about us.
Yeah,
so.
Renee said he didn't mention you guys, toll and roll.
No.
He's not talking about government-sponsored kidnapping and the other side of this.
No. No.
I did hear on the news this morning that 750 Department of Human and Health Services people were fired.
Oh, from CPS?
Health and Human Services, all I can tell you. They said 750 of their federal employees were fired.
Wow.
That means more are going to come down the pike. It's going to trickle right on down to the state. They've already fired 10,000 here. Social workers. I just hope they fired the right ones.
Right. I hope so too. I do too. Hopefully they didn't get the ones that were really out there trying to help out everybody and not,
and leave the bitches in that don't have a heart. Is that one of the videos that I sent you?
Is what?
Him, because I think I sent you him. I sent one of that.
I don't know. All right, let's see what's next. What do we got next? I didn't know I was editing anything.
Huh?
It says if I leave this page, I'll be keep.
Are you telling me that a person in your client's shoes?
No, we've already done that.
For October 7th.
Here's that guy again.
There's a lot going on against this movement to fight CPS.
CPS case, listen up. Know your rights.
1. CPS actually can talk to your children without your consent. 2. But they cannot take your child from you unless they have a warrant, your consent, or facts that indicate that your child is in immediate physical danger. 3. A police officer is not a warrant. 4. CPS can be sued if they violate your civil rights. Violating your civil rights would include them taking your child without a warrant, without your consent, or without any facts indicating that your child is...
What's up? What's happened?
Everything that we've been saying, she just confirmed.
That's right.
In immediate physical danger. So usually they don't try that last third little one, the immediate physical danger, unless it's really, really that. Okay?
Bullshit.
So do not give them consent to take your child if they do not have a warrant. 5.
Okay, so I just had my weekly phone call with my DHS worker, Jennifer Fish, out of Johnson County, Iowa. And I was really looking forward to it because I knew that my last drug test would come back clean. Of course, because I'm clean. And that's 3. And every 3, they agreed on that I would move up in visitations, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. So that's 3, let's move up to semi-supervised. Well, she decided to tell me that I will not be moving up to semi-supervised, that I can have them in the community now on Fridays because of me catching Jordan's car outside of his brother's apartment during his brother's visit with crew, that it showed erratic behavior, even though I'm drug testing clean. And all I did was take a picture. I didn't knock on the door. I didn't approach them, nothing like that. So I'm a little irritated about that. And I was like, okay, well, I should be progressing forward. Like, this is ridiculous. And she's like, well, you get your Monday visit with crew at your mom's too. Like, that was already a thing like 3 weeks ago. Like, you said and we agreed on every 3 visitations. But the TPR happened on September 19th. So now I'm like, okay, they don't want to press me forward because that shows that steps are being made for reunification. And then the judge is less likely to terminate me. So, and I'm irritated too because my lawyer is not submitting any of my recent drug tests. He hasn't submitted how I got a second visit now at my mom's house with crew. Not that I've moved up into the community visits on Fridays either with Families First. He's not submitting anything. And I talked to him about this every week. I emailed him every week and talked to him on the phone about it, and he still has not done so. So I'm really like, I feel like they're pushing against me right now to get me terminated because they're like, oh shit, we didn't think she was going to do what she needed to do to get crew back, and they want to terminate me. So I'm a little irritated at this point when it's like, my son deserves to be with his mother, and I have a baby on the way. He has other siblings. Like, the sibling bond should matter. And for them to say that my daughters aren't his siblings because my mom has custody of them is fucking bullshit, because those are his sisters. He calls them sissy. Those are sisters, and he has a good bond. I'm about to have a baby. He's gonna have a baby brother. Like, the sibling bond matters, and they're trying to act like it doesn't. And it's really irritating to me that I feel like they're trying to push to get me terminated before the baby's born. And I'm trying to stay calm and cool and collected about all of this, but it's got me so worked up. I'm so worried about everything because I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do.
Alicia's gonna reach out to her too. Yeah,
the way that I was hoping for them to.
They targeted her child. That's what happened.
I miss him so much.
Yep.
But
it was like me. You're good enough to raise 3, but not the 4th one. Get the fuck out of here.
I talked to my attorney at 1:30 today, so we'll see.
Right. All right.
Yeah, they want her child. They want her child in care. Alicia says she's going to reach out to her.
Okay, cool.
Oh, wow. Alicia said that I will also remove a newborn or a new baby under the clause, claims of a TPR for another child in the same family. That's bullshit. That child had nothing to do with it.
Wow. We need to get her on here.
Yeah, we do need to get her on here.
Whew.
She needs to fire her lawyer.
Well, my name is Nancy Schaefer.
Yeah, we know this one.
And
Nancy.
I'm
Everybody,
from the
if
state
you don't
of
know who
Georgia
Nancy Schaefer is,
in
this
the
is a great
United
watch,
States.
but let's not do it today because it's so long.
And
I'm going to
thank
give it
you
long
for your
enough for me to
gracious
put our
invitation
information up here, though. How's that?
to join you tonight. And thanks to all of you who have made this incredible World Congress of Families #5 in Amsterdam possible. It's a privilege for me to join you tonight and to be with you in some pro-family policy here. I will share with you on the unlimited power of Child Protective Services. I served in the Georgia State Senate, and after 4 years of viewing the ruthless and unsparing actions of Child Protective Services, also called CPS, which I will use tonight, I wrote a scathing report entitled "The Corrupt Business of Child Protective Services." Thank you. The report cost me my Senate seat. Here's some copies of the report, if you'd like to get one. However, there are causes worth losing over, and this is one.
All right, so let's go there. Nancy Schaefer, guys, make sure you guys
needs Lifetime Movie Network when you can just listen to Josephine and Jocelyn's true story from being in the system, because that's exactly what it reminds me of. I swear, if this isn't turned into a movie, oh my God, it needs to be. I will watch it. Any movie production producers, directors out there, please listen to this story. You're gonna want it. Full disclaimer, everything I say in this TikTok is based off of factual information and it is here for educational purposes only. As a former CPS caseworker, I have decided to make it a mission of mine to give...
Oh, they don't just... Sorry.
Oh my God, who needs Lifetime? Full disclaimer, everything I say in this TikTok is based off of factual information and it is here for educational purposes only. As a former CPS caseworker, I have decided to make it a mission of mine to give people an outlet to share their stories to help expose the things that are happening in this 3-letter agency. So, let's get to it. It was
we need her.
And
yes, we do,
Josephine and Jocelyn were only 15 months old when CPS was called on their mother by multiple people. They were homeless, and their mother and these 4 kids, because it wasn't just those 2, they had 2 older siblings as well. They were out walking the streets. They were looking for places to go. Mom had Johns. She was dabbling in some substances, okay, if you catch my drift. And she had a pimp, all right? So if that tells you a little bit about some of the way that the life was going before all this. All right, now, Auntie calls CPS because she provides a home for them. The problem is Mom wants to have her pimp come live with them. And the aunt was like, no. And CPS came and did a removal. At first, all 4 of the siblings were placed together, but then they were separated after 2 weeks. But they were placed in a mother's home and her daughter's home, so that way they could actually stay together. And I just thought that that was a beautiful piece of light in this truly dark story. Backing up just a little bit, all of these kids were born addicted to substances and preemie, like 3 pounds. And mother could not be bothered to name them, so the hospital named them. And they named them, all of them, after Mom's pimp. because he's listed on the birth certificate as the father. That's an important piece of information for later on. So anyways, life is going well for these 4 kids. They get to be together and visit each other. They are both in normal homes. They get to have stability. They get to go on trips. They have food. It's just, a nice home that they're all residing in for 5 whole years. That is until mom reappears. And see, the thing is that the court ordered that mom was not supposed to be visiting with the children while she's incarcerated. So no trips to the jail, visiting mom behind, picking up that home that they're all residing in for 5 whole years. That is until mom reappears. And see, the thing is that the court ordered that mom was not supposed to be visiting with the children while she's incarcerated. So no trips to the jail, visiting mom behind a glass, picking up that dirty phone and no. The judge said, no, we're not doing that. But when she got out, she still didn't visit her kids. She didn't even make an attempt. She disappeared for 5 whole years. And then when she reappeared, all of a sudden it was, okay, time to visit mom. And this is Josephine and Jocelyn of their mother visiting her at a CPS office. During these visits, mother didn't show much interest in the girls. In fact, she showed aggression, annoyance. She even told the caseworker, these kids get on my nerves. Visitation continued. And something even more to it is that the kids were placed back into her care. Oh, a big thing that I needed to mention. Mom was also a little, yep, she was high up in the sky during those visits. So she had been participating in substance use and then visiting her children at the CPS office. So all 4 of these kids are placed back with their mother, who is continuing on with the lifestyle that she chose to live that brought her to her demise of having her children ripped from her arms. She didn't cut that behavior out. And in fact, it got worse and worse. And I'm telling you, with every step of this, being on the phone with these 2 women, hearing their story, it was there's no way it could possibly get worse. And then boom, they said something else, and I was just like, what? What? I'm over there with my little notepad and pen, just this is crazy. Truly sounds like a Lifetime movie. So we're going to go to part 2. Get prepared for that. See you there. Oh my God.
All right. Well, what do you think about that one? Thoughts?
That doesn't surprise me. The only thought I have is what's her name so that Alicia can get her on.
Stephanie Phillips.
There you go. Stephanie Phillips. It doesn't surprise me. It wouldn't even surprise me if the kids ended up dead in part 2. I hope not.
Right. I hope not too. All right. What do we got? Last one.
They don't just take kids from parents, especially mothers, for no reason. That is false. The unfortunate truth about CPS is this. They claim to be looking out for the best interest of the child. And they are for reform and reunification. The ultimate goal on the parenting plans or the safety plans is to return to parents, right? And that should happen unless the parents refuse to cooperate or there is just no way that can be seen for the child or the children to be returning home safely. Well, you're wrong. That's not the truth. The truth about CPS is that once you were under the scope of a CPS investigation with any allegations made against you, They are now actively searching and actively seeking to find anything they can bad about you. They are not seeking the truth. They are seeking any narrative to make that allegation seem true. Any information from anyone who knows you, anyone who is willing to say something bad against you for court. And the CPS workers and the courts will treat all of these negative things as truth. Even when those allegations that started the whole thing are found to not be true, to not have enough evidence to sustain it. They fight you to find you at fault of wrongdoing any way they can to prevent you and your children from being reunited, from the goal of return to parents. And that is the problem with CPS and family court. And people who have never been through this, they like to say things like they don't just take kids away from parents, especially mothers, for no reason, and that's false. Sometimes, yes, sometimes there is a real reason, but a lot of times that reason was just a false allegation. Or could be something that happened that was greatly exaggerated and twisted into something it was not. You think that it can't happen to you, but it can. Once it happens, you are fighting an uphill battle in family court. And God forbid that the people who should love and support you and should want you to be reunited with your kids be against you, because now they are the ammo that they are using to take your kids from you. And there's nothing you can do about it besides keep spending thousands of dollars fighting them.
Yeah, that's just keep on fighting. That's all we can do.
And what she said was true.
Yep.
Everything
Sure
she
hell
said was
was.
true.
Oh, we got time for one more, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go here. Let's see what we got.
Are you telling me that a person in your client's shoes couldn't understand you can't commit perjury in a court proceeding in order to take somebody's children away?
Of course not, Your Honor.
Of course not.
Then isn't the case over then?
And the case is over.
Because
Costanich is distinguishable in my view. How in the world Costanich deals with a secondary care, foster care? That's a whole strange thing. It's not a person's real child.
even if Costanich
And guardians, the same thing.
Even if Costanich is distinguishable, there is, thus far, we have not been presented with any clearly established right that tells us that what our clients did, which is remove the children pursuant to a court order.
No, but what they're accused of doing and what the issue is here is committing perjury in a court to take away someone's children. And you just said that's obviously not okay to do.
According to our moral compass and our ethical guidelines, but what we're here to decide is the courts.
You mean due process is somehow consistent with a government official introducing perjured testimony and false? How is that consistent? I mean, I hate to get pumped up about this, but I'm just staggered by the claim that people in the shoes of your clients wouldn't be on notice that you can't use perjury and false evidence to take away somebody's children. That to me is mind-boggling.
In criminal proceedings, we know this to be true because that.
No, like criminal proceedings, it's a court proceeding with a liberty interest, a fundamental liberty interest at stake.
And on the reverse side, the state.
And you're telling us that these officials who do this all the time couldn't be on notice that you can't commit perjury and put in false evidence.
I understand broadly the principle that common sense tells us that lying is wrong and lying to.
Yeah, but it's more than common sense. We're not using common sense. We're using the statutes, for example, against this kind of behavior.
I was not presented, I have not been seen any federal law, case law, or law that tells me that in this situation that we were faced in, which is what we have
Well,
to
say
look at.
say your clients hired 6 people to be actors and to go into court and say, we're neighbors and we saw all this terrible stuff. And then your clients presented those witnesses in court. You're telling me that they would have no reason to believe that you can't do that because there was no federal case that says you can't bring actors into court to swear falsely against somebody.
But again, here we're appealing to sort of a broader definition of what is a clearly established right. I mean, we have to find the clearly established right in the context that our social workers were presented with, which was they were faced with a court order.
You know, again, I can't even believe for a microsecond that a case were.
I love that video.
All right, that's a good one too.
The whole CPS system needs to be dismantled.
Oh boy.
And recreated from the ground up. Because the CPS system that we have in place in the United States of America, it was never created to help the children. It's about money. It's about money. You understand? You talking to a motherfucker who has lived through it. Okay? Look at this case. Go look it up. I'm not even going to get into the case. I'm not even going to get into it. What I will tell you is they unalived the baby. The man did. No. She allowed it.
No.
This baby was born in July of 2024. And the first time the baby had injuries, it was 10 days old.
Ugh.
Oh, no.
The baby passed away September 11th.
Oh, no.
And she's pregnant by this motherfucker again.
What?
Oh, no.
They couldn't see the baby for a whole month and gave the baby back. My thing is this. We about to get into it. Because there have been so many good families ripped apart because of CPS. So many children have been trafficked, abused, on CPS's clock. Why the fuck does it even still exist? When are CPS workers? When is that whole entity going to be held accountable for what be happening to these children? We keep skipping past that shit. Look how many kids have been unalived, raped, impregnated, abused. Been done worse than what they ever could have been done, being with their real family. Do you understand what the fuck I'm saying? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. The Child Protective Services cannot be trusted. And for motherfuckers who get mad at people and be like, yeah, bitch, that's why I'm about to call CPS on you. Do you understand the danger you are putting those children in? I will always and forever be a supporter of family coming together and helping the child and the mother and father, whoever is responsible for the children. CPS cannot fucking be trusted. Especially if you got a big family. Because what the fuck they did to me and my husband, and the hell that they put us through to get our kids back when CPS never even took our children. Because a lying ass family member. If you know my story and you know about Chicken Hawk, you know. Go back and look at the videos. But I lived it. Trust me. CPS came. And if you are in the system, me and my husband both have felonies on our record. So we were considered felons. You understand? That alone in itself feels, it gives the state, it feels like it gives them some type of power over you, because you are considered the low to middle class America, the bottom of the barrel, the criminals. You understand? You don't see no rich people going through no bullshit with CPS. You don't see the upper middle to upper class financially, I'm talking about. They don't deal with CPS. CPS don't even fuck with them. You know why? Because they got money to sue they motherfucking ass.
Truth.
They only like dealing with people who they think don't know their rights, who they think can't afford an attorney, who they know can't fight them back and have to do what they tell you to do in order to get your kids back. And keep your kids a minimum of a year. It don't matter how amazing of a parent you are. It don't matter where you are, what you do. Once them kids is in the system, they belong to the state. And the state can do whatever the fuck they want to do. Thugs, traffickers, unalivers. Kids are getting raped and unalived on their fucking watch. And nobody says shit. Nobody cares. Somebody tagged me in this video about this case. And this baby was a baby. It was preventable. This baby should still be alive. The baby didn't even make it to a year.
What's her
name? If a baby has injuries in 10 days.
Mindset Mistress.
Tell Alicia.
But then they'll take big families and split them up into. It's a business. They be all over the place with the shit. Like, I fucking hate. I would never support Child Protective Services and the different branches of the different businesses that help do the visits and do all of that bullshit. It's all a fucking scam. It's a scam. They're not trying to help these kids at all. And if God ever blesses me, I will create a system that counters Child Protective Services, that actually protects the children, helps families. Splitting families up because they're poor or because they can't provide a home for the kids and split is... Man. Child Protective Services cannot be trusted. Are there good people that work for Child Protective Services? Yes. But once you see the bullshit that's going on, continue to be a part of a system that is hurting families is insane to me. Insane to me. Anyways, that's my rant. Fuck CPS. That's it. That's all.
That's a good one.
So if you take your kid to a hospital or a doctor, and before you know it, CPS is involved, accusing you of child abuse, which you know to be completely inaccurate, there's a couple really important things that I wish I knew at the beginning of our case, which I learned throughout the case. And had I known them, our case could have ended a lot sooner than it did. So the first thing, if your child is placed into a foster care, and not with a relative, but in foster care, it is really important that you get that child out of foster care, because you do not know how long your case is going to take. And if that foster parent develops a certain type of relationship with your child, it may be harder to get your child back, because they will say that the child has developed a bond with the foster parent, and that foster parent could possibly very easily adopt your child, even if you are found to be not guilty or whatever the case may be. They may do it solely based on the relationship. So it is so important that you file a change. You need to have your attorney file a motion for change of placement. Get that child placed with a friend or a family member that can pass a home study. A home study doesn't require anything major. You do not need to be a millionaire. So a public defender is not going to tell you this, because that would mean they would need to do work. And a private attorney is not going to tell you this, because most of the time they don't know. They typically deal with like custody battles between parents during family court. They do not deal with dependency court. So for instance, my original public defender, she wasn't going to do a thing. And my husband's private attorney just didn't know a thing. We had to learn this stuff throughout the year. So the second your child is placed in a foster care, have your attorney, or go to the clerk of court yourself, file a change of placement hearing. If you do not get granted that change of placement, file it again. You probably need to use a different person, but file it again. It is key to keeping your kid out of foster care and developing
a relationship with a complete stranger. Another thing that is crucial that I wish we had done 3 months prior to us doing it, both of our attorneys advised against it, but this ultimately set the tone for us winning, is take a lie detector test. If they are accusing you of some form of like medical abuse or there's just so many different things, take a lie detector test. It does not, you can't bring it up in court, but believe me, the department knows you took a lie detector test. They're going to know if you passed the lie detector test, and the detective in your state that you're taking it through, he's going to be testifying against you. And if he knows that you passed the lie detector test, it's going to change everything. Our detective actually put a type of restraining order against the department as they subpoenaed him because of the past lie detector test. He was like, I'm not going to testify. And also, when he presents your file to the DA, he's going to present it with, I don't think anyone is at fault here. So if you're in a medical situation, you definitely need to take that lie detector test ASAP. Another thing, pretty simple, do not talk to these people. When they approach you in the hospital or they approach you at your house, do not talk to them. They will say you're being uncooperative. Don't talk to them. Get an attorney. Every single thing you say is going to get completely flipped around. You're going to end up at a shelter hearing, and everything that judge is reading off of a piece of paper, you're going to have no idea what they're talking about, and it's going to be all stuff that you said. So say nothing without an attorney. Also, it is so important you do not let them bully you. Do not get scared. I mean, you're going to be scared, but don't let them put more fear in you. Focus on your child's well-being. Do not sign anything. If they say sign this and we won't put your kid up for adoption, or we will, or you'll be able to have more kids if you sign this, or not, sign nothing. Let your attorney walk you through all of that. And if you don't really trust your attorney because you have a public defender, do your own research. Go on social, like me and so many others that have been through this successfully and we won. Even some that have lost, you can reach out. They have a lot of very, very valuable information on what to do and what not to do. But definitely it is so important. File that change of placement hearing. Take a lie detector test if that so happens to be, like I said, it really only involves medical stuff, which seems to be the biggest thing, is a lot of kids get taken really because of these hospitals. And keep your mouth shut. Do not talk to them, and don't get scared. Keep fighting. And for all of you that see this, that have been in this situation, if there's anything that you can think of that is like really crucial to getting your kid back, or especially getting them out of foster care, leave a comment. So people that are in this situation and they are as clueless as I was when it began, they can see anyone, especially different states. I'm in Florida. I know things are different in different places. So leave a comment on what you think is like crucial information that they should know, and what state that you're from. So if you take your kid to a hospital or a doctor, and before you know it, CPS is involved, accusing...
But lectures she likes a lot, likes to give them.
Oh my.
And when a caseworker seems to be dragging, there is the threat of nuclear response.
Sir, you don't want me to have palpitations, do you?
Is that Judge Judy?
Very bad when I get palpitations.
Sure is.
You have to see to it that this visitation takes place. It's very important that this child get to see his mother and his grandmother. And the longer he spends not seeing his family, the more difficult it's going to be. Is that a fair statement, sir? Yes. Well, then let's just do it. The goal is to get them to do the right thing. Nobody who comes into my courtroom who's done the right thing is afraid. They're afraid if they come in and they do the routine thing, which is just giving me a lot of rhetoric and gobbledygook, either one of two things are going to happen. Either they're going to say, I want off this case, I'm never going back there before that monster again, Or they'll say, the next time I come in, I better have done my job better.
Do they ever mouth off at you?
Rarely.
Indeed. Robert Little, the Commissioner of the Child Welfare Administration.
Send her the video that we watched right before the Judge Judy one.
Okay.
It's time to go. I got to put a baby to bed.
All right. We are out of here, everybody. Tiff's brandishing us out. All right. I'm trying to defend my spots from the cat here. So everybody have a good time tonight. Go ahead and check out cpsbreakingnews.com. Go to the forum, go there, make some noise, learn some stuff, do all kinds of things. Same place, with something different to talk about, I think. And
maybe.
What else do I want to say while I'm looking for this? Yes, maybe we will, maybe we won't. Maybe Tiff will be in a better mood. Who knows what will be going on? But until I can find this song, I'm going to keep talking. And there we go. Perfect. I found it. I'm going to play it, and we're out of here. After I turn it up. There we go.
Country that was built
have a good night, everybody.
Sticks and mud. Our ancestors crossed 1,000 miles over the ocean, leaving behind a past that was negative emotion. When they first sighted land, they all jumped overboard and swam. They couldn't believe they were living in freedom. The government they once had didn't need them. It was tough during the first days, figuring this strange land. Many grouped together and started a plan. They knew they needed something to keep them in line. This is when they wrote the Constitution, man, it was divine. A bunch of men agreeing never lost their mind. They gave us all our freedom, one amendment at a time. And when they finished writing, 39 men had to sign. We have freedom, you can't take away. The Constitution guarantees that. So take your false authority and go the fuck away. The next 200 years came with a price. A bunch of men and women gave the ultimate sacrifice. They did it for the people alive today. You don't hear very many taking 3 times to say thank you, whoever you are, who gave your life, and for their families left on earth alone for their life. Thank you for your gift, the life that you gave. It lets us live as free men. Oh, glory we will wave. Now we are here in 2025, a year led by selfishness. It's no surprise the government is taking over. It's a friggin' mess. Our kids are being taken by people who must be diseased. Who the hell gave them that power? These actions need to cease. So listen up, you voted officials, we are here to say you need to pay attention to issues, because we aren't going away. We come bearing the Constitution, we'll recite it if we may. We the people is how it begins. The words that follow, you can fill them in, because they aren't true as they were meant to be. You're taking our freedoms one at a time. No one's paying attention except for us reciting these lines. You don't get to take away the rights we were given. Taking away our children should get you in prison. I'm not messing around, it's no laughing matter. Give our children freedom, or feel your teeth shatter. We are the ones who make the decisions. You lost track of your job, we're here to petition. This is your final chance. America doesn't need to fight a civil war. We just need you politicians to hit the door. So do the right thing and leave this city of Washington, or turn things around, give us something upon again. Give us back our children, not one at a time. We all